Welcome back, Break Chains family, to the series Where to Place Your Worth Reloaded. We are now on part 4. As you can probably tell by the picture and the title, we are going to dive into jewelry, makeup, and looks. So we're still on point 2 of where not to place your worth. We started off with point 1, that you need to place your worth in God, and then we went into point 2, what not to place your worth in. We have money, status, all that. Go check the other videos if you want to look at the other things. But this video in particular is going to touch on, beauty, vanity. Um, and it's very easy for sexual abuse victims to fall into this trap, especially because if you were abused at a young age, you became very aware of your body and you became very sexual. And when you become very sexual, and especially, and it's not um, in the borders of a marriage, it's not in the boundaries of a marriage, it causes you to seek sexual pleasure in an unhealthy way. You will use it to get just attention. You will use it to just feel close to someone, or you could use it as a manipulation tactic, which we'll get into that more. I'm always jumping ahead, but with you being sexually abused and being introduced and being aware of your body at such a young age, it causes you to place a lot of emphasis on what you look like. You become obsessed with it. It's about, making sure that you look um, aesthetically pleasing so that you can have more sexual partners, or you can have the desired sexual partners you have. You don't really long or really care about substance, to be honest with you. I mean, of course, you don't want anyone who hurts you, but you're more drawn to people who look good rather than people who are good. Because let's just be honest, we attract what we are. Since um, before we are changed from God, we are people who are basically not good people. We are inherently evil. And when you are vain and all you care about is looks, and you think that that basically all your worth is your body, you're going to attract people who just want you for your body. Mm. I know some of y'all like, what? Yeah. If you think about all your past relationship, all your past people, how many of them can you really say that you were able to gain their attention, or you were able to attract them with your personality or your character? You're probably going to find a very short leash of people, because since you placing your worth in sexuality, you exude it, and once again, that's what you're attracting. So we're gonna take a look in what the Bible says about placing your worth in beauty, makeup, all the jewelry, all that stuff. So we're gonna go into some verses. So 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, but not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. So some of you might be getting a little lost in translation um, with verse 9, because he said shamefacedness. That just means basically you're humble and you are barefaced, um, meaning that shamefaced, it just means basically humbleness. You're coming barefaced, you're not trying to hide behind a mask, because makeup is what it says. Makeup, you're making up who you want to be, or you're making up a persona. And most people, and I'm not going to say all, I'm pretty sure there's some real down to earth people who wear makeup, but most people who wear makeup are typically very fake people. I remember my dad said that He typically goes for women who don't wear makeup because typically women who don't wear makeup are not fake. Well, that's not bulletproof, but you get the gist of it. That's what it is. You're making up who you want to be. You're covering your face. You are covering your identity because you don't want people to see who you really are. It's a way of hiding. And in order to be changed into the image of God, in order to place your worth in God, you can't hide. You can't trick people. You can't manipulate people. You have to come humble to God. You have to come to Him ready to be transparent and to really live your life in a way that honors and glorifies Him. And the only way to do that is to be completely honest to yourself. If you can't be honest to yourself, you good luck having any type of relationship or a good relationship with anybody, include especially God. You have to know yourself and you have to be able to be honest with yourself before you can be honest and know anyone else. Because any relationship that you have, whether it's vertical or horizontal, will fail. It will be a lot of turmoil. It will be a lot of toxicity in it because it's not real. It's fake. It's a facade. And you're not going to, once again, you're not going to attract the most upright, decent people. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to be like, no, I know of relationships where, someone always comes up with with an example. First of all, you don't know that relationship in its entirety. You don't. People let you know what they want you to know. Second of all, no one should be your example except for Jesus. So I don't want to hear, oh, this person did, they got some, I don't want to hear all that. There are exceptions to the rules, people change, but from my experience, what I've seen and what the Bible tells me is that you're not going to attract a godly person. You are not going to attract people who mean you well. Okay? Now, of course, sobriety is simple. Someone who is not smoking and drinking. Be sober. You cannot have a clear mind. You cannot consciously choose something good if your mind is tainted, it's clouded, it's foggy. And that could be not even from substance. That could be from toxic thinking. That could be around toxic people. Sometimes the worst thing for you is the company that you keep. I know that all too well. But that's in the other Bible study that's along with this one. I'm not going to go into it with this one. With braided hair. They're not really talking about like you can braid your hair because some people think, oh, they can't wear braided hair. No, you're taking it a little too far. Basically, people who put like, as you can see, she has all this different stuff all in her hair. Like you're putting all this extra stuff in your hair, like to make it pop and shiny and colorful thread stuff like that, or costlier way. But if you want to be a woman of God and you want a godly marriage and you want a godly husband, and vice versa for men, if you want to be a godly man, if you want to have a godly marriage, if you want to attract a godly woman, you have to do that based off of the good works that you do. You're trying to attract a godly person, but using worldly things and wondering why you're still coming up with the same results. Now, it's not really the definition of insanity, but Albert Einstein has basically stated that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I wouldn't say that's insanity. I would say that was more stupidity. And I know some of y'all like, I can't believe she just said that. I did just say that because here's the thing. There's a virus that has been wreaking havoc on this world for approximately 2 years now. There is a war. It looks like the beginning of a World War III getting ready to happen. I ain't got time to sugarcoat it. I ain't got time to dance around your feelings. I don't have time to watch your ego. I'm trying to make this plain as possible so that you get it, that we get it. Okay, I can sit here and put it. I can't do no. First of all, I don't get it when people talk in metaphors and they try to say it in a pretty nice way. No, I don't get it. I'm gonna make it plain because I'm gonna keep it bloody raw. I'm gonna keep it 100 because that's how I need it, and that's how it needs to be said because we ain't got time to play. The devil ain't playing. We playing, but the devil ain't playing with us. Okay, he know his time is short. He know time is short, and he is moving at a rapid speed. So I gotta make this plain. So anyway, you're not. Okay, if you are on Instagram, I'm talking to my females. Hey, you might be a male. You might be a male. Hey, you're doing it. Stop. Okay, stop being on Instagram. Stop being out in these clubs. Stop being out in these bars making it clap. Okay, sitting here showing how good you can shake in it, and trying to have, showing that you got Meg the Stallion knees. Meg the Stallion is not someone you want to look up to. Look at her love life. She's still going through a court case right now because of her entanglement. Okay, if anything, if we seen anything, if we ain't learned nothing, that we don't want nothing that these celebrities are offering. A lot of people, I almost said we, but no, I don't look up to celebrities like that. I know that people only show me what they want me to see. But a lot of people looked up to Will and Jada, and we found out that that marriage there, that's a I could probably do a whole nother series just based off of that marriage alone. That's not something we want. I don't want Meg the Stallion's lifestyle. Okay, I got away from God. I mean, I came to God to get away from all that. She's not something you want to model. Okay, all right. You don't want to be advertising one thing and then wanting people to buy. Like, you trying to get a godly marriage or a godly spouse by portraying how good you look, or how good you can shake it and all this, and how good you're good at sex. I'm just gonna make it plain. There's someone else who can always do it better. There's always going to be someone who looks better, who can do it better. There's always a next one. What else do you have to offer? You have to have something else behind that. As, for women, a man can pay for that. What else do you have? What is going to set you apart? What is going to make this man say, this is someone I want to spend the rest of my life? This is someone I can value, I can worth. Listen, anybody can have sex with you. Anybody can say they love you, but not everybody's going to value you. There's a difference between someone caring about you and valuing you. When someone loves and values you, like I said in another Bible study, they'll protect you from everyone else, including themselves. They won't even let themselves do anything to harm you. But when someone doesn't value you, they will treat you as a sexual object. They will not care about your feelings. They will pursue other people in your face. They'll sit here and talk about other people in your face. They don't respect you. And nobody wants that. Because that's the stuff that makes us have depression, have suicidal thoughts, and it makes us want to turn away from God. And God doesn't want that from you. He doesn't. That's not someone that He sent to you that is doing those things. If a person is trying to pursue you or trying to get in your pants, God didn't send them. That's not the spouse for you. On the same Since we're gonna keep it about on that same note, if the person is making you feel less than, if they making you feel unworthy, if they don't value you, they making you feel like you're nothing, they're making you feel like you want to commit suicide, then God didn't send them either. Or they're not doing what God tells them to do. Either way, exit stage left. Leave them where you found them. And I believe in equal opportunity. My fellas, okay? Stop being on Instagram, stop being on Facebook, stop being on, being out and about, sitting here showing that you got a six pack, showing that showing off your arms and stuff like that, and then wonder why you're not getting a godly spouse, why you don't have a great marriage, or why you don't have a why you're not living in abundance that God has promised you, because you are over here advertising stuff that was not supposed to be advertised. You're supposed to be advertising good works. You're supposed to be advertising your your godliness. No, you too busy wearing these tight behind shirts, showing off the muscles, or you on Facebook, Instagram, showing off your abs and all this stuff, and then you wondering why you're not getting the results you want as far as having a godly wife. You over here showing us your package. If you don't work for FedEx, if you don't work for Amazon, if you don't work for UPS or the postal service, I don't need to see your package. Wear some pants that is discreet, okay? Wear some. I don't need to see what you're working with. No, keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna keep getting what you're getting. Women, stop chasing men who show off that or they present that or try to tell you that they're good in bed. The reason why they're telling you that, because they know they're not a good person, and they know that's the only good thing they have to offer, and they use that as a manipulation to keep you around and to do you and to treat you like they want to treat you. Men, stop chasing women who are on Instagram making it clap, dropping it like it's hot, showing you all their goodies. Because guess what? They're going to use you and abuse you too. They're going to get whatever they want to get from you, get money, whatever, and they on to the next one. If you want someone who's godly, then you seek after people who displays godliness with their character. Okay? Come on now. Come on, people. Somebody need to hear it. And then we're going to go into, I don't know, I meant to put that in there. I'm so sorry, guys. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, thy lovers rentest thy face with paint, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek your life. Yeah, you're attracting people who hate you, who don't, like I said, they don't value you. Here it is. This is the Bible telling you. Now, in the context of what this is talking about, it's about the children of Israel. And it still fits, and they're going after, this is them going after, or worshiping rather, the other gods, and going after stuff. They're putting their worth in, and they're putting their trust, and they're worshiping other gods. And this is before they get into exile. Jeremiah, bless his heart, was trying to help them. He was letting them know, you're doing all this stuff, you're painting your face, that's putting on makeup, you putting on this gold, and you putting on a show, pretty much. You're putting on a facade, and you're making yourself beautiful. But the people that you attracted, your former lovers, they hate you. You know why? Because you put on this facade that you were this person, this wonderful person, and you had the makeup and beauty, and it was all vanity, it was all fake, and they found that you weren't a nice person, and they don't even like you. They don't. Honestly, they don't. Because you're doing all this stuff, you're putting on this facade to cover up the fact that you're empty as an eggshell. There's nothing there. There's no substance. There's nothing good besides that. You be careful of the people who want to show you their looks, what they have and what they got, because typically that means that they don't have much else to offer. They're not a nice person. They know that, and they have to overcompensate with looks. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but it's the truth. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to keep getting into these toxic, abusive relationships. One way to safeguard yourself, and I'm not saying it's bulletproof, for my ladies, cover up. Okay, here's some guidelines to know if you shouldn't buy something. Okay, if you need to wear a push-up bra or a strapless bra, you probably shouldn't buy it. If you cannot wear normal underwear or even underwear at all, you shouldn't get the clothing. Okay, if you can't walk in the shoes or you can't stand in them more than 30, 40, 45 an hour, you shouldn't get the shoes. Okay, to my men. Okay, if I can, some of y'all real built, so it don't matter what you wear, you're gonna see the muscles. But if I can, if I can see pretty much every curve and every flex of your muscle, you probably shouldn't wear it. If I can see your package, if I can see what you're working with, if there's a bulge in the front of your pants, don't buy it. Don't. Let's start with that. Now, is it bulletproof? No. There are always going to be those vultures. There are always going to be those wolves in sheep clothing who would try to tear through that. But it'll be a lot harder and a lot easier to spot. It'll be a lot harder for them to hide who they are, and it'll be a lot easier for you to spot who they are as well, because they can only pretend for so long. But if you're in a mindset of putting looks and sex first, you're not going to realize that they're not a nice person. But if you're putting godliness and good works, you're going to see it from a mile away that they ain't about nothing. This is not going to go anywhere. Trying to help us all out. Okay, so that's it for this. The next one will be, of course, where to place your worth in. We're going to see what that looks like, what God called us to do. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Info is in the description box, and I'll see y'all next week.